Still raining. This mythical King Arthur clearly hates me and everything I stand for. There's a beach down there with sacrifices upon it. I'm just walking around stuff, it's everywhere. Sea, oh, it's a sea! Bloody hell, that wasn't there a minute ago. I'm on the beach at Tintagel. There's a waterfall there. It's not quite of Iceland standards. That's sea. There's a big rock thing. Oh, it's quite high up there. Oh, I've got to go back up there. History here. This is an old place, and there's stuffed rocks and shit. And it was built by King Arthur, who was a spaceman, with his mate Merlin, and together they were very happy. Who needs specialist archaeologists? I just found it's a Bronze Age talk. It's clearly ancient and very valuable. Yeah, worth millions. I'm about to enter a very scary cave where Arthur and Merlin used to sacrifice children and eat them. Some of them are still here. I think there's human remains in this. This is a very dark and scary place, and just beyond me there, I can see that's the entrance to Avalon. Oh, that's Cadbury World. It's entirely made out of concrete, and there's a wave machine out there doing it all. I'm not convinced. I found the Gorgon Wraith of the cave. There she is. Trips here are particularly recommended if you're elderly or infirm. It's on the flat throughout entirely. Very easy access, no energy expended. The chasm between here and the other part is where Thor did an almighty fart in 1276 and blew a hole through the natural rock formation. It's all true. Now the fart went in this direction. And ended somewhere about there, and there is still a massive hole in the ocean floor at that point, which they actually call Thor's fart room. What is little known about this place is that in the 14th century it was a very well-known cruising cottage for promiscuous gay men, and as proof of this we are coming up to what was believed to have been a glory hole. If you don't know what that is, you better Google it. They claim that to my left, that's to your right of course, there was an entrance into the courtyard, so one of the main ways into the castle. I happen to know differently. This was simply a promontory, a pillar from which Brian May would play guitar solos. There we are, ostensibly the mainland upper ward. Now I know this happens to be ward because this was used in the 1960s as a hospital. This was one of the main wards here. There was no roof upon it because Florence Nightingale said in 1958 that she thought that all hospital wards at Tintagel Castle should be open air to help the patients get exposure to the rain, because the rain in Cornwall was thought to be very good for causing pneumonia and early death, which obviously kept the wards pretty clear. I just trod on a child. Oh dear, it's gone. Sorry. I've spoken to the child's parents and they said it's okay because they were quite small and they're not going to miss them very much, so the police aren't making any charges against me. So here is the mainland upper ward. You can see the turf, that's where the beds were. Down the end there's some people down there. They're having a shit in the open air in front of everyone. It's terrible behaviour, but you know, they're tourists, what can you do? And over here is where they used to throw kittens oh, so it's another child just fallen off. Used to throw kittens as a sacrifice to Diana Ross, who you probably know was revered in medieval times as a shrieking goddess. cliff. Thing is, you climb up all these steps thinking you're going to get to another part, and you actually end up just back on the beach that's down there, which is kind of odd. As you see, has been mentioned about the child sacrifice that took place there. You see there's hundreds of school children being taken to the other side to be thrown off into the sea to appease the rain gods. These are known as the famous cannibal rocks of Tintagel. They've been put behind wire fencing so they don't attack people. I've now crossed onto the island to watch the child sacrifice, and I'm walking up an entirely natural staircase. It's made of lava deposits that lay themselves in perfect step formation, which is quite useful for me. Okay, so I'm now on the main part of the island. There's children all around me. I think they'll be given a last look around the place before they're thrown off the cliff. I've tried consoling the children by telling them that death is fairly rapid and not that painful. This thing behind me, they say, was built about 1900, but I happen to know that it was actually built by dinosaurs. Now, one of the things about Tintagel is that they keep saying, please don't light any fires, very difficult to put them out. Well, I have just read a sign saying that fires here that they couldn't control washed away topsoil and not washed it away because that would be a wet fire, which is weird, and exposed lots of buildings they didn't know were there before. So my suggestion is, if you do come to Tintagel, wait for a very dry day and start a fire and help the archaeologists. Yeah. The archaeologists would like me to remind you that starting fires is a bloody silly thing to do. Yeah, and so don't do it. I've just discovered this previously unknown room. The storms of the last half hour have blown it away, and I don't want to get too excited. It's early days, but I think we could have actually found Camelot. It's here. But they were bloody small in those days. Don't judge me. I'm now standing in King Arthur's games room. He didn't have much. It was just a Wii Sport and a pinball machine. It pleased him. Merlin hated it. Merlin wasn't up for games very much. Merlin liked reading and knitting and making cakes. He did a lot of that. I'm very fortunate. It was lost for years, but I found number 8. Amazing. 8's, well, you know what 8 was. I'm now walking around King Arthur's garages. He had a lot of cars. He was very fond of expensive cars, Daimlers, BMWs. He had a couple of Rolls Royces, had a Lamborghini at one point as well, but that was taken away when his 4th single, I'm the King, didn't chart as highly as he thought, and some of his grounds were repossessed. But these are just to say some of his garages, what's left of them. The problem was, of course, they were never used because you couldn't get a car over from the mainland because you had to go over the bridge. So all the cars are currently, apart from the Lamborghini, which was repossessed, are at the bottom of the sea. Oh, c'est la vie. It's getting very windy now. This is due to the nuclear explosion that took place in Bodmin about 5 minutes ago. Okay, this is terrifying. I'm now entering a very long, dark tunnel where spacemen live. I don't mean astronauts. That would be silly, because of course, as we all know, astronauts live on Mars. But you know, aliens basically. Have you seen Prometheus? Yeah. Well, it's that alien. Oh, hi. Hi. You having a biscuit? He's having a biscuit at the moment. He doesn't want to kill me. So yeah. Cheers, mate. Yeah, nice head-shaped thing. Great. Very excited and all this. Extremely strong wind. I've actually come out to the Tintagel cliffs. The Tintagel cliffs are, well, there's a sign here saying the Tintagel cliffs. It's basically where the Olympics start from. There we are. You see the sign there to prove it. Tintagel, Don, obviously French for in, and guerre is it's an abbreviation of guerre, which is the French for war. So this is the cliffs they used in time of war, as opposed to the weapon of mass destruction cliff they used, which is Cliff Richard. I think I've reached the nerve centre of the court of King Arthur. This basically was used as a control room. Here Arthur would have his CCTV monitors. There were security guards. They all had tattoos and stuff. They're quite big, but you know, there's nothing between the ears. And they used to sit here and they'd watch the security cameras and they'd make sure that nobody came or went. And after they'd done that, they would go home and then they'd sleep. And it all happened here, right there, on that. If you touch the stone that's here, touch it like that, then you still get a sense of the times of King Arthur. I touched that stone and it makes me dress up as a knight and ride a horse and slay dragons, and go abroad and pillage and kill people in the name of Jesus. Another exciting discovery, it's King Arthur Central International Airport. It's just through here. It's only been uncovered in the last few years. It says the garden. That's bollocks. You don't listen to that stuff. Here it is. This was the terminal right here. The airstrip. You can still see the remains of the airstrip running along there. So the planes were quite small in those days. They only had to take one person because King Arthur was the only person who was allowed to fly anywhere. On this spot, basically, there was lots of shit happened. Loads of stuff. There's way too much to tell you about in one serious video documentary, so just read about it somewhere. So basically all of Tintagel is made of cardboard. It's double corrugated cardboard, so it has stood the test of time pretty well. But if you look at over here, it's just all of it. It's just two-dimensional cardboard rubbish. You can buy it in a flat pack. I think they're sold on Amazon for it's about $19.99 because it's quite a large set, but the postage is free on this one. If you look for build my own Tintagel castle cardboard version, because they do have another version in paper, but that's just a waste of your money, then you might want to buy one of those. You do need a site of about 50 acres to build it, so you kind of need to live in a very middle-class environment to be able to erect one. You use the word erect in a video. It's so rude. I'm now about 100 meters beneath sea level. The sea is all around me on either side. It's only being held up by a very thin veneer of perspex. But that's alright, it's not dangerous. I'm going to go and see a bit of wall. This is a very important bit of wall because it's upright. Shitting crikey! I found the wall. It's... oh, God! It's a wall. That was worth a 10-minute walk down here.
Hello, I'm the wall. I'm very important. Now go away.
The wall started coming after me, so I had to run away. It was getting really violent. She was naked from the waist down. I think it's the Germanic way. So yeah, there's just stuff here. There's loads of old crappy buildings. Nothing left of them. There we are. So now you know. Thank you very much for watching my documentary about the history of Tintagel Castle. I hope you have learned many things, and that in future when you come here you will know that it is a place and stuff. Bye bye.